Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to this very special Ctfo event. My name is Adam Levy from Canton, Connecticut. I am so excited to be here tonight. If you're new, looking at our business for the very first time, you are catching Ctfo at a really unique time in history. We've got a special guest on the line. He has 1 week now been, almost not even a week actually, or just about a week or so, I'd say, the brand new president of Ctfo. His name is Kevin Fournier, and he'll be hopping on here in a second. But let me just tell you a little bit about Kevin, because I've known him for quite some time. Kevin comes from a company that I was involved with for 15 years, and he helped lead that direct sales company to over $1 billion in sales from 1995 to 2017. He took a little bit of time off from the industry, but he was responsible for operations in over 20 different countries, including the US, Puerto Rico, Canada, Australia, and even the Philippines. Had over 200 employees. He's a passionate speaker, trainer, and I've seen him many times speak at conventions and company events. He's just a really great people person. He's also co-founded a charitable organization to help kids out. And he served on the board of directors of the Direct Selling Association for 2 years. Well, recently he chose Ctfo over a half a dozen network marketing company offers as he was looking to get back into the industry, and decided to become the president of Ctfo. And we are so happy to have him. It's so great to team up with old friends. Kevin Fournier, welcome to the Zoom.
Adam, thank you. My gosh, it is a joy to be here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound great.
All right. Well, fantastic. Well, it's good to see everybody on here. And Michael, good to see you on here again. Got an opportunity to meet you and spend some time with you the other day. And Catherine and David, and I see some other folks here. Just welcome onto the call. Great to be here. It's been a crazy week, I've got to tell you. Just trying to learn everything, right? There's so much that's going on right now, and what's so exciting about Ctfo, and I'm gonna talk about this in a little bit, but I believe it's the most perfectly timed company in the industry right now. And I can tell you this, that I came in initially thoughtfully to be able to be focused on operations, then I'm finding myself in operations and focusing also on bringing the vision to leaders, because you guys are just keeping me working here, which is great. I love it. The fact that we're hitting the ground running so fast, Adam, I think the future is going to be absolutely incredible in this company. And I'm back in the industry. I'm excited about it. I've been in the industry for 30 years. I started off in the industry as a distributor. So I think that's important, right? Because I've been a distributor. I know what it's like to go out there and do in-home presentations back before Zoom, actually before Facebook. I'm really dating myself now, right? So doing that and just helping build an organization, and just fell in love with the industry. We're talking way back in the early 1990s. Mike, please don't do any math. No math is allowed on this call. So back in the early 1990s, when I was introduced to the industry as a distributor, my wife Ellen and I, now celebrating our 30th anniversary, by the way, we joined that company and built it for about 3 years. It was during that time that I just fell in love with the industry. And I got to tell you, for me, it's an industry that just speaks so truly to my heart, because one of the things that I've been passionate about in my life, and will get to know me here over the upcoming weeks and months. I won't tell you my whole story here tonight. We might need a little bit more time, but certainly I will tell you that my passion is helping people reach their God-given potential. And I have just never seen an industry, first and foremost, that enables us to do that. If you're passionate about making a difference in people's lives, from a health perspective, from a financial perspective, from a personal growth perspective, my gosh, there's no other industry like it I think in the world. I joined the industry, then started the company in 1995, and built that with a great team for over 23 years, and it took some time off, a little bit of time off from the corporate side of the industry, and just felt the real, I'm trying to put it in words, but I felt the calling literally to come back. That's the best way for me to explain it. 2020 was a really difficult year for many people. very difficult year for me on a personal level, having lost a dear family member. But, for me, it just sort of made me realize as I looked at my life, it's time to get back to what I'm passionate about and what I love. And I had been exploring the industry, getting calls for the past couple of years from companies, kind of just gauging some interest and me gauging interest in what they're doing. And, Adam, for me, it wasn't the right time for a period of several years. And I didn't feel a compelling sort of reason to join a company, right? I just, it was like everything sounded good, but it just didn't compel me to say, hey, I want to really dive back in here in a big way and do something bigger than we've ever done. Until I met this company. And, I've had the opportunity now to have, I'd say a good, gosh, we have gotten to know each other over the past 6 months, myself, Stu, Steve, the whole team, board of directors. And I mean, I have spent a lot of time with this team. And I've got to tell you, first and foremost, the reason why I am here is because I believe that they just align so perfectly with what we do is all about. They have hearts of wanting to serve. Their intention in this business is to help everybody achieve their goals. They want to see it in a big way. They're committed to it. They're incredibly transparent. And I literally just fell in love with the company over a period of about 6 months, just seeing the kind of people that we have here. And then obviously seeing you and Michael and a whole bunch of other people that I know from our previous life, so to speak. It has been so far just amazing. So, first and foremost, I feel blessed to be here. I feel like there's no accidents in life. I think that there's a reason why we are all here together at this moment to truly do great things. I've said earlier, just, to reiterate, Ctfo, sort of the best timed company in our industry, even I would say the best kept secret in our industry, but not for much longer. I mean, I could feel it already, right? Just with some of the things that we're seeing right now. So I'm here. I'm excited. First and foremost, I'm excited to see what we can all do together. I'm going to be out in Las Vegas this coming Saturday, an event that's going to be happening there. It's just like my second week I'm able to be at an event. I mean, that's thrilling, right, in itself, and be able to just meet some of the leaders and share some of my passion. So I'm here. I'm excited, and let's have a conversation, my friend.
Well, that's fantastic, Kevin. And we really appreciate everything that you're going to be doing with this company and your vision that you've kind of aligned with, Stuart and Michael and Steve and everybody over at corporate. It's one of the things you said was it feels so right so fast, and but that's just the nature of who you are, and we're just so glad to have you back in the fold, so to speak. But on a personal note, because you talk about changing people's lives, and for me, I just want to personally and publicly thank you for your leadership in our previous company together, where I got to experience my first real big success in network marketing, which absolutely and completely changed our lives forever. It had a profound impact on my family's life forever. And it's not just about the money, right? The money was incredible, and I know that a lot of people are going to get to experience that as we grow to $1 billion here with Ctfo. But it's what the money can do, Briefly, I'll just tell you, as you know, we lived in Sandy Hook, Connecticut for 9 years. And during that time, we had our 2 daughters, Bryn and Alexa. And, we were with, our previous company together during that time, and got to experience this incredible success to the point where we actually got to move from there and move into our dream home. And just a few years later, my daughter was in the 4th grade, and she wasn't in Sandy Hook. She was in Canton because of that. And so I just want to personally thank you for that, because that changed our lives forever. And I know that there's people on this Zoom that are watching here tonight that, things like that you know, the decisions that you make, these things that you do, these one-time decisions can change everything. And but that gave us the freedom. That success gave us the freedom to dodge that bullet, so to speak. She was in the 4th grade at the time. And so that was just something I wanted to say to you. And I have never gotten a chance to thank you for that. So I appreciate it.
Well, I'm humbled, Adam, for sure. And you know, this is a blessing what we can do here. And you know, I always like to say, you know, people will throw around the $1 billion number. You know, you helped build a company that did over $1 billion in sales. And the reality of it is that what's so neat about our industry is this, is that, you know, if you're going out there and you're selling cars, for instance, right? Start a company, you do $1 billion in sales. Hey, we sold 1 billion cars, or $1 billion worth of cars, right? But here's the cool thing about what we do at Ctfo. When you get to $1 billion, the only way you do it is you don't measure it in dollars produced, you measure it in lives changed. I mean, think about that for a second. You measure it in lives changed. So when we talk about, you know, growing the company and becoming $1 billion company, for me, the number just simply represents a target. The power of what we're talking about is the only way we get there is by being able to provide people with freedom, to be able to provide people with the opportunity to change the future outcome, to be able to provide people with the ability to make a choice today that can radically change their life if they're willing to commit to a process, right? A process, whether it be from a health perspective, whether it be from a financial perspective. And what I love about what we're doing here at Ctfo is that the words and the actions align so beautifully. Right? When I talked to Stu and I said, Stu, what's your vision for this company? Because that's what I wanted to know too, right? I mean, the same stuff that you want to know about Ctfo was the exact same stuff I wanted to know about Ctfo when I said yes to this company. And I was able to dig deeply. And I dug deeply into this company. And when I asked him this one simple question, I said, what's your vision? I mean, without hesitation, he said, it's to be $1 billion company and change a lot of lives. And when I heard that, that's when I said, man, that's the kind of person that I want to align myself with and be part of. That's the kind of organization I want to be part of. And what's important here is this. He said to be $1 billion company and change so many lives, right? See, that's the key. That's the awareness of what we're about, right? See, that's the awareness of what we are about at Ctfo. So, you know, again, I just, you know, when I hear your story, and the impact it's had on you and your family, Adam. Again, I just feel so blessed that I was able to be part and am able to be part of an organization that can have that kind of an impact. You know, as you get older, I'm going to be 57. You know, you measure your life a little differently, and for me, it really has all become about contribution, impact, empowering people, helping people believe in being able to do something that maybe they never believed in before. I mean, we have so many great stories, right, of how people said, I could never do this, and they end up doing it in a big way. And we're going to have thousands of stories just over the upcoming few years of people saying, you know, I joined this company. I wasn't really sure what to do. I had a dream. I knew there was more out there for me in life. I wasn't exactly sure how to get there, but I believed in myself first and foremost. I trusted this company, and I decided to move forward. And there's going to be many people that are going to be able to relay with that emotion the same impact that you felt. They're going to feel that in Ctfo. People on this call right now, people don't even know they're going to be in this company a year from now. We're going to be changing lives, my friend, in a big way.
Kevin, you know, you talked about trust a couple of times in the last few presentations, and you just mentioned it here. And that's one of the things that, for me, makes it easy to sleep at night, and knowing that Stu and Steve and Michael Kahn and the guys in corporate, they're all very transparent. They always have been. And I can trust that they're going to be doing the right things. And here they are now bringing on somebody like yourself who has gone and done where we want to be, gone to $1 billion, knows what it takes to do that, knows how to scale a company to make that happen. It's just another in a long line of good decisions that this company has made. And I'm just wondering, what's on your to-do list that, the past 25 plus years of your experience, will be focused on over the next few months and few years at CTFO?
Well, and that's a super question, and it's funny because there's so much great talent inside the company. Like you said, Michael Kahn, Steve, Stu. I had an hour-long conversation today with David. Going through some of the plans that I have, and I got to tell you, I really see. So, when you come in, first thing you got to do is learn. You got to understand, like, what is the company all about? What's the culture? And while you can do that from afar, it's not until you get inside do you really know the path to take. And here's what I immediately figured out. I immediately figured out that I believe there's going to be a significant growth of business in CTFO over the next 3 to 6 months. So first and foremost, I don't know if y'all have ever seen Stephen Covey's 4 quadrants. One of the most brilliant time management, organizational tools you ever see in your life. Stephen Covey's 4 quadrants. And what he talks about is important and urgent. What are the important? What are the urgent kind of things, activities you have to go through in your life? And it helps you do what? Helps you manage your time. So where am I going with all this? I immediately jumped in and said, man, we're going to grow. So we immediately jumped into the important and urgent pile. So my point is, we've got a strategy in place right now over the next 60 days to just really take where we are right now to a whole new level corporately. Because what we do at corporate supports you, right? See, what we do supports you. And first and foremost, that's so critical to understand. It's that symbiotic relationship, right? It's like, you guys go out there and you do incredible things. You're sharing the mission, you're sharing the products. What we need to do also is to be there and support you. We need to be there so that when you go out there and you risk your reputation, when you go talk about CTFO, I want to make sure every single one of you is proud to represent this company and knows that we've got your back. So that's one of the things that I'm focused on right now. It's just digging in real fast because we got a lot of growth coming here very fast. There's like no time to wonder what to do. You just jump in and you start doing the things that just come naturally. I've been through it, right? We took a company that grew 12 times within a matter of 3 years. So I've been there, done that. So immediately I get into, okay, let's get focused on what we need to do right now. But at the same time, I'm already thinking international expansion, right? Had experience in 20 different countries. Again, it's not an impressive thing. It's just more of, hey, this is where I come from, right? So as I look out to the future, I just see all of these incredible possibilities. And to think of where we at right now, and where we're going to be 3 years from now, even a year from now, but 3 to 5 years from now, it's amazing, right? It's amazing. So it's taking care of the really important stuff right now, but also building that foundation. So, when we're a $100 million, $200 million, $500 million company, you're able to scale up because you have a real intentional process of scaling up. And that's what I'm in the process of putting together with an incredible team that we have to work for at CTFO.
Fantastic. Being that this is usually an opportunity format, I do want to focus a little bit on the compensation. And I know you've seen a few comp plans in your time. I recall a time where, the company that we were with previous was, just kind of getting by. It wasn't quite, where it needed to be. And it was around year 6 or so. And 2 things happened. 1, we came out with an amazing product. 2, you let the field help you write the compensation plan. Those are the 2 things I remember. Now, fast forward, here we are at CTFO. We're a 6-year-old company. The leaders have helped develop this plan that is about to launch. We certainly already have the product been taken care of. We've got such amazing products. So I have a 2-part question for you on that. What are your thoughts about the uniqueness of the copywritten portion of the CTFO plan, the PSPs? And with what you've seen with the enhancements that are about to launch, how excited should people be about the kinds of money that can be earned with CTFO moving forward?
Yeah, gosh, great question. So let's take each one. Let's talk about the profit sharing positions. What I love about that is that I believe, to me, the compensation plan is designed to reward the right activities that when you focus on them, it's going to grow your business. And here's the other thing, encourage you to help others grow your business, right? And what I love about the profit sharing positions is that when it's part of the matrix, those people who are going out and enrolling more than their third, right? You get in your fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, all that kind of stuff, right? You're building out essentially, an organization. You're building an organization not only for yourself, but through the matrix concept, it's enabling you to also do what? Grow other people's organizations as you're putting people in. So I think first and foremost, it speaks to the right principles and values of this company, right? Which is, a compensation plan. I think Stuart puts it like, a network marketing company for network marketers kind of concept. But, he's a distributor, Stu. So it's a plan that's really designed, I think, to reward people at all levels of participation. I think the profit sharing program eliminates some of the challenges that you would typically find in a matrix, right? And it just provides additional earning opportunities. It encourages additional enrolling. It encourages, again, spillover. And I think it rewards the right activities and the right people, while at the same time spreading the value throughout. So I love that. So I think it's ingenious, number one. And as I dug into it, it became even the more I dig into it, the more genius-like it is. Okay, which is great, because typically it's the opposite, right? It's like,
coming from you, I know that's a big deal, because you're big on writing comp plans and stuff. They recognize that.
Really nerdy people that really loves comp plan and loves math and all that kind of stuff. And then so what's coming up? I'm not going to get into any details of it, but I just think it's going to be even. It's going to throw more abundance into the plan than ever before. It's going to encourage the right activities even more than ever before. It's going to certainly provide people, I think, with an opportunity for a level of income that is truly uncommon in this industry. But notice what I said, provide people with the opportunity, right? Not the guarantee, but the opportunity, right? To be able to go out there and do things. So I can tell you, again, I've known Stu for 6 months now, but I can't imagine that he's ever been more excited than he is right now. I can't imagine that Steve and Michael have ever been more excited than they are right now, because if they are, they may be in the hospital. I'm not kidding. He's like off the charts, like I've never seen him or seen maybe any CEO that darn excited. Because again, how does he look at it? He doesn't look at it like, hey, I'm so excited for me. He's like, I can't wait to announce this, because I know it's going to change lives. It's going to put so much money into people's pockets who are going out there building it. He is so we focused versus me focused. The whole team is. So I'm fired up about it. He's beyond fired up. And I think it's just another piece of the puzzle, right? It's not any one thing. It's everything, right? You got to have a great product. You got to have a compensation plan that's abundant, but that also rewards people at all levels of participation. You got to have a company that's got the experience to be able to take the company to a whole new level. The interesting thing about that, though, is that frequently companies that have all that experience, their best growth is behind them, right? They're big companies and they've got all the experience. They've gone through it. They've done the $1 billion in sales, and their best growth is behind them. What's so cool about Ctfo is you could be in this company right now and be part of a company whose best growth is by far ahead of them, yet you got a great team together that's got experience to be able to lead you into that, and you could be at the beginning of that. That to me is incredibly exciting, and what I like to call rare air in our industry.
Fantastic, Kevin. Well, we don't want to take a lot of time tonight, but I want to ask you one final question, and it's going to be an easy one. So far, what's your favorite product at Ctfo?
Simple. Bliss. Love it.
Are you squirting it under your tongue or are you putting it in your coffee?
Well, see, so I am like, if you were to come and look in my closet, I've got a bunch of herbal tinctures, right? So I love the kind of I don't know. A lot of people, don't like the herbally and kind of like natural flavor. I love it all. So I just pop it under my tongue. I also love the pain cream. In fact, I got to put some on right now because I got up this morning really early and did some pretty intense treadmill workout, and I can feel it right in my back. I got to get some of that stuff pretty quickly. But I look forward to really digging into every single one of the products, and we got certainly a good amount of them. And again, here's one more other thing: the commitment to new product development, phenomenal. Speaking of David and his passion for what we're doing, it's just it's incredible. So a lot of great things to come. But you know what? If we didn't announce another thing for the next 3 years, you got enough right here to just do absolutely amazing things.
Well, we know they're not going to do that. So they've always got something up their sleeve, which is really a lot of fun. Well, Kevin, this has been a pleasure. We really appreciate you taking time out. I know it's your first week in, and here you are out in the field doing the thing. And it's like old home week. I'm enjoying putting people on the phone with you who've never met you before, and people that know you from way back. And it's just going to be a great ride. I'm just so excited to, at our ripe age, to be able to finish out and build a future together that will last a lifetime. So I appreciate you. I thank you. And I'm going to unmute everybody. If you want to unmute yourself and say goodbye to Kevin, or thank Kevin for taking some time out, you guys can all unmute.
Thank you, Kevin.
That'd be great.
It's great to have you on board.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin.
Kevin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys. Everybody have a great night. We'll see you all soon, and bye-bye.
Adam, buddy, thank you for your leadership, my friend. Awesome.
You got it.
Welcome, Kevin.
Bye-bye, everyone.